Alpha Tauri, or should I call them Racing Bulls Team F1? Wait, hold on, I don't understand. What is Racing Bull Team F1? This is a team that has gone under so many regenerative names, and you know what I still see? I still see that Red Bull still see them as a small team, a sister team, a Kolobo team, a team that they will keep using to build their cars, their drivers, their team. That is strategy. Huge strategy from Red Bull. While Andretti was bidding to buy the Alpha Tauri team last season, Red Bull came out and said, no, we are not selling. If they cannot have some little control over it, no, they are not selling. And it is. They didn't sell. They invested more money and they brought the team to England. So they are taking it away from Scuderia, which means they were part of Ferrari before. Red Bull are now owning the team back as a Red Bull team. It's no more Toro Rosso. It's no more the funny names they've called it. It is now Racing Bull. But I don't want to believe it's a Racing Bull Team F1 because that name sounds funny. Well, some people will say it sounds shitty. But I'll still call it Alpha Tauri this time until it is totally confirmed as Racing Bull F1 team. Alpha Tauri really struggled last season, starting from having a very bad car to coming towards the end of the season and pulling up some great race. Now, a very bad car with very two good young drivers. Now, one of the drivers had been a Mercedes driver that has understood Mercedes cars and Mercedes driving style. Coming to Alpha Tauri to race was a different ball game for him entirely. That was the same thing that happened to Daniel Ricciardo when he moved from Red Bull to Renault and to McLaren. In McLaren, it was a total ball game entirely. A different engine, different style, different car. Now, he had some little success in Renault, and people don't really understand why Daniel Ricciardo had some little success in Renault. I'll tell you why. While he was in Red Bull, he was driving the Renault engine. So he really understood Renault then. He understood the car. He understood the engine. So it was easier for him to drive. Now moving to a Mercedes engine by McLaren. It was a different ball game entirely. He struggled all through his 2 years with McLaren, which led to their break in relationship and he had to move away. So for somebody like Nick De Vries, coming from Mercedes to Red Bull was a total ball changer for him. And coming not just to Red Bull, to a struggling car, he really struggled all through the half of the season he spent with them, with criticism. And we all know Red Bull, they are very good at criticizing drivers, criticizing everything. They can criticize the whole wind and not look at themselves from inside and say, hey, this is where we got it wrong. And I believe Nick De Vries even helped in the development of the update they brought. But unfortunately, he was laid off. They still had a young driver in Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda came up from the middle of season to partner up with Daniel Ricciardo on his comeback to the Red Bull team. And what happened? Daniel Ricciardo quickly suffered an injury that took him out for 5 races again before he came back. And during those times, they had another young driver in the Red Bull lineup in the person of Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson did a wonderful job. Daniel Ricciardo came back. They all did a wonderful job that season. But with all the wonderful job they did, that car was as fast as a snail. The only thing that can beat that car would have been a tortoise. The Alpha Tauri was so slow. Now, coming into 2024 season, Red Bull has revealed that they will be sharing a lot of technology with Alpha Tauri. They will even be sharing suspension of the RB19 and some other things, in which I think other teams will frown out because the past is coming here to hunt. There are some times in which some other teams are trying to share some technology with other teams, and Red Bull had frowned at it. Christian Horner had even gone ahead to start disclaimer. So it will be a tough season for them on development. But I think this season, the Alpha Tauri or Racing Bull team will be a struggling team 100% this season, except they will have a miracle that will change their fortunes. Now they're having a new team principal, a team principal that moved out of Ferrari, that is Mekins, and coming to Racing Bull. He wants to prove his worth as Franz Todt has left the team due to age and he needs to get some time with his family. Will he be able to replicate what Franz Todt did in Alpha Tauri? We can't say for now, but I think next season will be a difficult season for them because if the teams are not allowing Red Bull to have so much impact on Alpha Tauri, I think Alpha Tauri will struggle. Their own case will not be like Williams. I believe they will struggle. But these are the things Alpha Tauri needs to get a better car next season. They really need to look at the total aerodynamic package, which means they need to change the car totally. They need to look at the car and look at that sorry ass car and say, hey car, we need to develop another car. They need to develop another car that can give them an upward trajectory, which means it can drive them closer to where they need to be. Take them to a battle with teams like stake and also Williams next season, and also Haas, because I think Haas will struggle. But those are the things I think they need to do to get themselves out of the mess in which they are. And if they are able to come up with a very good car next season, which will be a very different car from what they had this 2023 season, they will be in a good competition for 2024. With Red Bull changing the Toro Rosso team to Alpha Tauri, now they have a new name, Visa Cash App RB team. Hold on. A very funny long name, Visa Cash App RB team. Now, I think it's time for me to also invest in the Red Bull team. I think it's time, because this Visa Cash App investment, there are two giant investments from two fintech. Visa has become a big fintech in the world, with their cards collaborating with so many partners like Crypto.com, Binance, and some other fintech apps. With Cash App being a fintech, I think it's going to be a very good marriage with Red Bull, because looking for sponsors, they are just opening it up that anybody can come in and sponsor them. But how does that name work? There has been so many memes about this, and it looks funny. How would they be calling the name during the season? Oh, this is the Visa Cash App Red Bull team. Well, it's left for them to enjoy, but I think and I hope the investment Red Bull are bringing in will not truncate the future of that team. Let's see how that works for them. If you think Alpha Tauri should not change their car, or they should have more investment from Red Bull or more input from Red Bull, put your comment down below. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.